My bad. I am high. Hey man, what's up? It's the Fourth and Peachtree podcast. I am the God of Roses, and this is episode 13, I think. Um, as you can see, we're missing somebody. And if you remember the last episode, there was a little disagreement towards the end. So things were said, decisions were made, and here we are. But I'm gonna just try and get through this, guys. I'm gonna skip Bayless it. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Hold on, man. You know what? I ain't gonna let you do that by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw this thing out. I still don't agree about what everything was said last week. You know what I'm saying? But
I thought it was.
no, bro, you can't get rid of me like that. First of all, I want to apologize to the network, Evan Vision, for walking off the set. That was totally unprofessional of me. I apologize for that, for my unprofessionalness. Want to apologize to my mama. I was raised better than that. Mama! Want to apologize to my co-host. I understand that we are two different people, and we may not agree upon everything. Mm-hmm. So, therefore, my co-host, I want to apologize to my co-host for not agreeing upon what he said and getting upset and walking off the set. I'm better than that. I would also like to say that I do accept the fine that I received from Evan Vision. I will graciously pay that in full, no problems. I won't.
It ain't nothing. It's going to charity.
It's nothing, B. It's nothing. Let me chill before I get fined even more. I'm gonna chill. And I like to say, I did not have sex with that woman.
You gotta do the finger. You gotta do the thing.
All right, y'all. Let me do this. Let me kick this off the right way. It's the Fourth and Peachtree podcast with your boy, Romy Rome, a.k.a. Big Rome, a.k.a. God's Gift.
And the God of Roses.
And this is the Fourth and Peachtree podcast season 2, episode 13 of them things.
13.
You know what I'm saying? 1-3.
13.
All right, let's kick it off with just some warm-up stories real quick. According to The Athletic, Russell Wilson asked for Pete Carroll to be fired.
Crap.
Lame.
Lame.
That's kind of lame. Pete Carroll built an offense around you. He played to your strengths. Honestly, without Pete Carroll, I don't think you would have the reign that you have because you're looking real sus in Denver right now, my boy.
What a loser.
Yeah.
That proves that all those memes were real.
Yo, Donkey of the Week. Definitely should go to Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Breakfast Club.
Oh, man, we got to bring back the loser of the week.
Loser of the week, man. My vote is goes to Russ.
I think I might have to give it to Russ. I'm going to hold out on it, though. Danger.
Marshawn Lynch was on the I Am an Athlete podcast. He stated that he lost $1.2 million for not wanting to speak to the media. So every time Marshawn Lynch said, I'm just here so I don't get fined, he was charged for that. So, but Marshawn said he doesn't take L's. He learns from his L's. So shout out to Marshawn.
Shout out to Marshawn Lynch, man. That dude's a legend, man.
He is, man.
Never sold out.
No, man, he stuck to what he believed in, man. And he got a ring. He made some money. He's doing whatever he wants to do. So shout out to Marshawn Lynch.
And the league cheated him out of a second ring.
Man, Russ and whatever that play call was with them trying to have Russ. Yeah, I'll say that. The league definitely cheated him because they didn't want Marshawn Lynch to be the MVP.
Yep.
They wanted Russ to do it because Marshawn wouldn't speak to the media and all the other stuff. So, no, I believe that. So, yeah, I'll
political decision.
I'll ride with you on that. Aaron Rodgers has come out of that cave that he's been hiding in for 2 weeks finally.
Yo, bro, I'm talking about it's messed up that they basically calling it a what?
He's a cave. Oh, he's a hippie. Wait.
What is it called? It's what kind of a retreat is it? It's a darkness retreat.
Darkness retreat.
Man, oh man, I'm telling you that privilege, man. All that is just a binge. He on a drug binge.
But
That's all that
basically,
is.
talking about there's a meditation, there's a bathroom, a meditation mat, and a bed, and they slide your meals through like a slot, like you're in jail. Yeah, no,
Man,
that's not the move.
That's a drug binge, man. Come on now.
Bro was in there getting high, going on shroom trips and everything for like 2 weeks, man.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Shrooms, though.
Yeah, shout out to the shrooms. Chad Johnson claims he lived in the Bengals stadium for 2 years to save money.
Legend.
Shout out to Uncle Ocho.
Just telling all the facts, man.
Bruh.
Just shout out to him, man.
Uncle Chad said he was wearing fake jewelry. He took Spirit flights. He never flew first class. My boy was saving money like his life depended on it, man. So shout out to Uncle Ocho Cinco. You know what I'm saying?
And then you see how his career ended. It was a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a little rough towards the end, man.
Especially with him supposedly headbutting that reality star or whatever. I mean,
yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That was a wild time.
That was messed up, man. Shoot, man, you ready to just jump into this, man?
Yeah, man. Let's
quick and easy.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do this. It's the fourth. Pause. This is the Fourth and Peachtree podcast with your boy Romy Rome, aka God's Gift,
and the Rose God.
And this is episode 13, season 2 of the Fourth and Peachtree podcast. Make sure you follow us at Fourth and Peachtree on Instagram and Twitter. Fourth and Peachtree on Facebook. Just follow us.
Man.
That's it. Follow us, like the content. You know what I'm saying?
And hit us up for merch and all that.
For sure. I actually got some of my merch on right now. Shout out to my boy Rosie for drawing this thing up for me, man. This is my clothing line, Broken. It's coming soon. Hope y'all like it.
Yes. Fly.
All right. So this topic, since we heard here in Atlanta, it's been all over the radio down here. Is Trae Young a coach killer? In the last 5 years, Trae Young has had 2 coaches. Lloyd Pierce, who couldn't stand Trae Young, and has outright said he despised Trae Young, and recently fired head coach Nate McMillan, who runs a style of offense that Trae did not like and was trying to force Trae to play defense. The Hawks are ready to hire another coach. That would make 3 coaches for Trae Young in a 5-year span. Is Trae Young a coach killer, or the Hawks hiring the wrong coaches?
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
This is why I say this. Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, but I think because it doesn't matter, I think that's the answer. I don't think that franchise is trying to do anything. They're not serious. They're not trying to win. They can't be trying to win. Not seriously. You look at how the West is looking right now. Look at how and you see, I mean, even the East look somewhat beastly. I mean, where do the Hawks fall in that?
They're in the 8th right now. So
in the East.
Well, currently in the 8th. I don't know by the time this podcast releases what they'll be, but as of Friday, February 24th, they are 8th in the East. So,
man, I'm sorry, man. Trae is overrated, man.
They think Trae was the second coming of Steph Curry, and he's not, man.
Oh, man, come on now.
Don't get me wrong. Trae is off. He's dynamic on offense, but he's not as consistent as Steph. Trae has some off nights. He's a liability on defense. So my whole thing is, I feel like he could go either way. I feel like Trae is a coach killer, and I feel like the Hawks aren't bringing the right coach in. You shouldn't if your star player is a scorer and has no attributes to want to play defense at all, then why bring a coach that demands defense out of all his players? Bringing a coach that's going to excel with offense and turn the Hawks into a high-power offensive team, and they score so many points that makes up for the lack of defense that they're going to get, or find a way to hide Trae instead of demanding Trae to play defense, and he can't.
But he's so undersized, man.
It's
going to be so hard to, hide him. It's kind of like Isaiah Thomas. Remember him?
Yeah.
Remember how fire he was for them, 3 years? But he was unstoppable?
Defense. He tried to play defense, though.
But over time, man, those little those little guards like that, they got a shelf life, man. And you can only go so far with them, especially if they like your main dude. Like there's no way that them thinking that he's gonna be the second coming of Steph is smart, man. Like, come on, man.
I mean,
you think the second coming of Steph? Steph ain't even gone yet. He's still in the league. You think another Steph is just gonna appear while Steph is still in his prime?
Well, once the Warriors fired that whole Mark Jackson regime, the GM and everything, Travis Sling and a couple other people from the Warriors came over here. You know what I'm saying? They tried to build the Hawks like the Warriors of the East. So, you know what I'm saying? When Trae Young was coming out, he was shooting threes and long balls and all the other stuff at Oklahoma. And it was like, okay, maybe this is the second coming of Steph Curry. But at the same time, it's like you just gave him another score on the team. You didn't have another score on the team for how long? You traded DeJounte Murray. You brought him over. The team is in a mess. The GM got fired. You got a new GM, Landry Fields. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Korver is the backup, the assistant general manager, and I've heard Kyle Korver is being fought about as being the new head coach, but that's here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Until something's set in stone, we don't know who the Hawks' new head coach is.
Never coming out the East.
Nah. The only let's not get it twisted. That year when they went to the Eastern Conference Final, that was the COVID year. They were basically you weren't allowed to foul because they didn't want nobody touching each other. So the Hawks basically got a free pass with the offense they play. They got a free pass in the Eastern Conference Finals because no one could D them up because they didn't want nobody getting touched.
The COVID.
And Trae was out there. He wasn't getting bumped. He wasn't getting, pushed around or anything like that. So Trae had a free reign to run around and shoot until he twisted an ankle, and that was all she wrote. And Giannis and them went on and won the final. So, coaches that are being named as top candidates for the Hawks, we got our boy Ime Udoka, who I feel like is not a good fit for the Hawks because why? Because Ime Udoka is a defensive head coach, and that is why the Boston Celtics are playing defense so good right now. Quinn Snyder, the old head coach from the Utah Jazz, and Quinn Snyder was here under Coach Bud when Coach Bud was here, before Coach Bud went over to Milwaukee. Snyder, I feel like he's a better fit because Snyder made the Jazz a high-power offense. Yeah, they played defense because they had Rudy Gobert, but Donovan Mitchell, he made Donovan Mitchell like an all-star, you know what I'm saying? He played Donovan Mitchell's strengths on offense, and any liabilities on defense they hid, and they just scored up points, and they basically outshot you on the floor. So,
I don't know, man. That's a rough one, man. I don't know, man. It's the Hawks, man. I mean, from the standpoint of a fan, I'll say this: it is irritating though, because you kind of really we live here, so it's like we want the Hawks to to really be able to go deep into the playoffs because that's gonna make the city lit, But it's I don't know what it is, man. It's 1, 2, 3 good years maybe, and then the rest is just kind of middle of the pack, I don't know. Maybe I think there's a culture issue in that franchise, man.
Or is it? Because you got the Braves. The Braves play well. You know what I'm saying? Every year the Braves are playing well. They're in the hunt.
So what you think their culture like over there in those facilities?
It's a winning culture.
Winning culture,
it's
right?
A winning culture, yeah. Of course.
Every people walk around there like they're expecting to win, right?
They're expected to play to win.
Yeah, right.
When you got your star player who's never accountable for anything, when he's saying stuff like, "Oh, the regular season is boring," why don't we just go straight into the playoffs? And then you come into the playoffs as the 9th or the 8th seed. Thank God for the play-in round. Or sometimes the Hawks, for the last couple of years, the Hawks wouldn't even got into the playoffs without the play-in round. Right now, currently during the 8th seed, they need to try to get to 6 so they don't got to play in the play-in round this year. Then you got like I said, when you got your star player of the team, when your coach gets fired, everybody on the team, all the starters, sat down with the media and spoke their piece about the situation, but your star player isn't available to speak. And he's the one that had the main issue with Nate McMillan. Why isn't he available? Even if he wasn't available the next day, why is he not available to speak about the situation? This is the problem with Trey. Trey's been coddled from high school, and he's been coddled in the pros. And that's a problem. I get it. Trey's the face of the franchise. We haven't had probably a dynamic score like this since Dominique. And you know what I'm saying? There were some rough years with the Hawks. So I get it. You want to keep Trey around. You want Trey to be the face of the franchise for a long time.
I bet you Trey is running them offices. I know Trey running.
Bruh.
I know.
Trey's running the office.
He running everything.
Trey is probably the GM of this team right now.
Low key.
Because
he know that. Because he's like, I mean, it's like, man, I would really like to see what his career would be with like a franchise that like has like, you know, front offices, like a front office that like really doesn't care about what a player say. Like, what are some franchises that like they got a reputation for not caring? The Lakers, kind of.
Lakers.
Yeah, their front offices don't really care. Who else?
Probably Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Yeah.
Milwaukee, the Spurs.
Spurs
Definitely
don't care.
That's why DeJounte Murray is with the Hawks now, because he expressed his frustrations, and they were all right. You know, Pop wasn't going for none of that. All right, bro. All right. Be easy. We'll holler at you.
Yeah, we don't need you. So.
But it's a written thing, man. It's put out there that Trey and the owner's son are friends. Like, they hang out together. They're buddy. So you tell me, when the owner's son, who is really involved with the team and is probably low-key running his team while his dad does other stuff and run his other businesses, you tell me if Trey's not running this team or not, or Trey's not definitely have a handprint on this team of what's going on.
There hasn't been any rumors about Trey wanting to leave, has it? I don't think.
People have been talking about it. You know, some fake blog sites have been like, yeah, the Hawks should trade him. Trey wants to leave. LeBron's trying to lure Trey to L.A. I mean,
I don't know, man. Trey might be real comfortable here in Atlanta. He might just be trying to be here for the long run.
I mean, he's definitely going to be here. He's definitely comfortable. When the owner's son is your best friend, you can basically have an input on who's going to be the coach, what players is going to be here, what kind of offense you trying to run and everything. Bro, why would I leave? And then in a city like Atlanta, when the hip-hop culture is behind Trey, and basically the Hawks have gave into the hip-hop culture here in Atlanta to make it more of a likable environment for the team. I mean, how many arenas can you go to and you see Big Boy, T.I., Lil Boosie, Lil Durk performing at halftime, or just chilling on the you know what I mean, on the front row, just chilling. Like, probably the only place you can see stuff like that is in La La Land and maybe New York. Yeah. In Miami.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool though, man. You know, for the team to just be able to go and make it deep into the playoffs, man. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, without it being a COVID year.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's we'll see how this plays out with Trey, man. The Hawks are currently playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. When I was driving over here, they were up by like 22. Yeesh. So we'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Most teams play like that after they fire a head coach to prove a point. Like, we didn't need him. Everybody's firing all cylinders and stuff like that to prove a point. So we'll see how this goes for the rest of the year. They got 23 more games to play. They basically need to win, I'll say 75% of them to at least try to get in the 6th seed, so they got to play in the play-in. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Did Mac McChuggin revive the NBA dunk contest? What you think, bro? Did he revive it?
Did he revive the dunk contest?
Did he make it exciting again?
Did he bring it back to that feeling?
Did it the greatness?
When you just really cared. You cared so much.
When you were tuned in.
Oh, you just couldn't wait to see.
Oh my God.
Oh man, he didn't. but he won though. That's the crazy thing about it though. He won though, and he won fair and square.
Bro, nobody else. Everybody else in that dunk contest. Who else was in that dunk contest except Kenyon Martin's son? And I don't even know the other two. Man, look. And I just called him Kenyon Martin's son because I don't even know his name. It's Kenyon Jr., KJ or whatever, KJ Martin.
Right.
So it's like, bro, nobody else besides Kenyon Martin's son is was knowing. And that's the problem with the dunk contest, bro.
The fact that dude won, and he won like
outright.
Like it was like no contest. Like it was. I mean, some of the stuff he was doing was like social media ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the fact that he won, man, it just lets you know how trash the All-Star game is, man. Everything about the All-Star game is trash now, and especially the dunk contest, man. Come on, man, look at this, man. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, just stop having it.
You know who I blame for it? For the dunk contest being so trash?
Uh-oh, here we go.
I blame LeBron. And the reason why I blame LeBron is because LeBron could save the dunk contest by getting in the dunk contest, and he refuses to. Jordan, Dominique, Vince Carter, all them guys, man, all them GOATs, when did it. You know what I'm saying? Kobe, I don't think Kobe ever did it. If he did, he probably did it once or twice. But LeBron's never did the dunk contest. It's like
because he's too cool for it,
bro. You need the face of the league, star power in the dunk contest. All these players that we've never heard of getting a 5 minutes of a shine and not showing up and laying eggs in the dunk contest. This is why the dunk contest is dying. They need star power, and you got people like John Morant coming out saying, oh, I gotta get 1 billion likes to do the dunk contest. It's like, bro, just stop doing the dunk contest. Because at this point, the celebrity basketball game is more exciting than the 3-point shootout, the skills challenge. I don't even know why they do that. And then the other thing they did where the rookies basically bricked every shot. Why do it? You know what I'm saying? I get it's a money grab. People want to play. I mean, come see the celebrities and you know what I mean, the top hoopers, but it's like it's trash. Like,
you know, I think a lot of people blame Brian for it. I don't blame Brian. I think he's part of it, but I think it's really it's just too much money, man. Like flowing, and not too much money. Like they don't deserve that money. Like they need to get their money, but there's so much money flowing through the NBA, man. Like what's the incentive? There is no incentive. Like these dudes already like they got everything they want, you know. So what is this this dunk contest gonna do for them? Especially now where everything's about stats and winning championships. Dunks is not a big thing no more. It's not. You remember back in the day when people really cared about dunks, man. Like nobody really cares about that no more.
Cause it was a pride thing back then. You know, Jordan and all of them back in the day, that was like I'm trying to go up against the best. Jordan and Dominique in the dunk contest, those are the greatest dunk contests, period, because they actually went after each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, one of those dunk contests, Dominique should have won for real, but, you know, Jordan's the face, so he got that. You know what I mean? It's Jordan, and I get it, but it's like it was more competitive back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the 90s, we were blessed. Well, you were a little bit older than me, so you got to see a little bit more.
I don't know, I'm old.
Yeah, but no shade. We got to see competitiveness. We got to see Jordan go out there and damn near play all 82 games. We got to see competitiveness almost every game of the year. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to sit out or I'm going to chill, you know what I'm saying, on this game. Like, they went out all out every game. And even the All-Star Weekend, my bad, bro. Even All-Star Weekend, that was even more because the best of the best were on the court. All eyes were on you. So you got to go out there and show out against your competition. There's no more pride like that anymore.
You're right. And also, all right, let me ask you this question: do you think it might have something to do with the fact how everything is happening further away from the rim? Like, there's more emphasis on shooting now. You know, like everything. Like, even shots from the 3-point line, man. Like, that's like
It's a given now.
that's a given now. Like, not. The game. Look at how the game is now. Everything has been pushed back all the way to like the logo. There are legit players where you have to be on them at the logo. That's a thing now.
But did you see how many air balls people were shooting during the All-Star game, trying to shoot from the logo? Like,
analytics, man.
It is analytics.
Just keep shooting. The numbers tell you if you just keep on shooting this shot, you have a better chance of winning. That's why. I think that's really why the dunk contest is dying, man, because it's going further away, man. Like,
just let it. At this point, just let it go. It's like, I get it. All-Star weekend, Pro Bowl weekend, because we're gonna touch into that too. We're gonna touch into the Pro Bowl weekend too. I understand that's lucrative for these respective leagues. That's how they make their little extra chump change because people want to come see the all-star players, the top players in the league play. But there's a piss-poor product being put out there. The All-Star game final score was like 180-something to 170-something. There was no defense played. You had a G Leaguer.
But then you have plays like when Brian hurt his hand at the rim. Now, come on now.
That was a freak accident, but I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they at this point of the season, man, people are really serious about what their records are saying right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is the race now. Ain't nobody trying to go out there and play for real. Like, and like, not to say that it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's like back in the day, man, Jordan and them, like, for some reason they took that stuff serious, man. Like, they was really like out there trying to.
It was a dog mentality back in the day.
I don't know what it was. I mean, it's.
Man, I just feel like it's going to get worse and worse, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate to sound like the old man sitting on the porch yelling at the kids, like, get off my property, but come on, man.
And all these dudes are friends, man.
That's the other problem,
They all
too.
friends.
They're all friends.
They all homies. They all in the same circles.
Because somebody has said that. He's like, yeah, we can't stand each other on the court, but off the court, we all partners. Like, we all kick it with each other. Bro, there's no way you could have had Jordan and Isaiah in a bubble together.
They were so cliquey back in the day. Like, it was like so turfy. Like, everybody had their crews. Jordan, Jordan had his crew of thugs.
Right.
You know, like
you had the Detroit Bad Boys. You had the LA Lakers. You had the Utah Jazz clique. Bro, there's no way you could have had all those teams in one bubble together. There would have been fights.
I mean, come on now. If you look at the relationship that Jordan had with the Pistons, I'm pretty sure when Rodman eventually went to the Bulls, there probably was a conversation like, we remember,
it had to be.
Like, hey, is this cool?
I heard they really didn't want Rodman to come over there, bro. They really didn't want him.
That was hate. They hated each other. Like, they was like beef. But now it's like everybody cool, man. These dudes just like, and I don't want to sound like, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good thing. But it does take away from the product.
So let me ask you this, man. We'll get into the second topic because it basically goes into this, man. So do you feel like the NFL and the NBA should get rid of All-Star Weekend and the Pro Bowl? Because the Pro Bowl now is relay races and basically a flag football game. Mm-hmm. And in the NBA Finals, the NBA All-Star Weekend is become a laughing stock. The dunk contest is piss poor. The All-Star game itself, there's no defense, no competitiveness. It's supposed to be the biggest pickup game in the world with the best basketball players in the world playing this game. And you get no defense at all. The NBA tries to force defense within like the last 4 minutes of the game. I guess in honor of Kobe, you get like 24 points or something like that, or you got to score 24. First team to score 24 points or something like that.
Yeah, man.
I get it, but it's like, come on, man. It's like, should they do away with it?
Think about that, man. They gotta put rules into the game to force them to play.
Yeah.
Like, if it gets to that point, like, it's gotten to the point where I watch the All-Star game and I feel like I'm watching them do something they don't want to do.
Yeah, it's like,
you know
it's
what I'm saying? Like I get it, and I get why they don't want to do it. It's weird. Like, part of me is like, yeah, I get it, man. Don't do that. If you don't feel like you need it, it's going to benefit you for the rest of the season. Don't do it.
Right.
But the other part of me is like, I do miss the good old days.
I do too.
When but I don't think they should stop it though. Just keep it going. Let it go through this phase. Eventually, it's gonna come back around, man.
Cause it's like, even with the Pro Bowl, they're not even playing in pads no more.
Nah, Pro Bowl, no, that shit is dead. Kill that shit.
Yeah,
they need to stop that.
They need to kill the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl, just kill it. They're
Stop
not in
it,
pads no more. They're playing
Dude.
relay races. People really, and the fact that people paid to see them do relay races.
You know what they should do instead?
What?
Just do like each team has a Madden representative. Somebody on each franchise plays Madden. They have a Madden tournament.
I'd rather see
Wouldn't that be fire though? Watching NFL players play Madden.
I'd rather see that than them go out there and play 7-on-7. I mean, that's
Come
just
on,
trash.
I mean, why put them through that? Like, why risk an injury? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the whole thing. Nobody wants to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? You had great games like Randy Moss went out there and scored 4 touchdowns and went over like 200 yards, or Sean Taylor damn near decapitated that punter when they tried to run a fake punt. Like, those are the plays that, and like performances I remember in the Pro Bowl. Like, the Pro Bowl used to be competitive, but not no more. It's trash. Like, nobody wants to get hurt. It's at the end of the year. Everybody wants to go 1, 2, 3 Cancun. You know what I'm saying?
They got money to spend, man.
I get that, but it's like, if for the fans, it's like, there has to be some competitiveness. It's like, why am I going to spend thousands of dollars to watch grown men do relay races like that? We do it like a family reunion and watch them play 7-on-7. It's like, come on, man. It's pointless.
It is pointless, though. That's why they need to just go ahead and just switch to something else, man. And they got options, man, like, especially with the whole Madden brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be able to do that. That's a no-brainer, man. Y'all need to get on your job, man. Like, stop putting these dudes that are already having to play an extra game now. They're playing an extra game now. So now you want them to do a flag football? No, man, stop, man. Just
it was hard to watch. It was like, and they try to make it competitive with Eli and Peyton being the coaches. Yay.
Who cares?
I mean,
nobody likes diet football.
Yeah, and that's basically diet football.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
nobody likes
it's
that.
crazy. Like, people. I mean, the XFL, and I hate to bring this up, this off topic. The XFL had a great first week. The reviews on the XFL were great. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's off topic, but it's like, people thirst for football. When the G League is having a great weekend because people want football that much, that should tell you something. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And in a couple months, we're going to have the USFL during the summer. Mm-hmm. It's like, bruh, Goodell has to do something. It's like, either get rid of Pro Bowl weekend or just do like an honorary list. Like, all right, this person made the Pro Bowl team, this person made the Pro Bowl team. Just do that. Instead of just putting that piss poor product out there just to make some money. Like, and I get it. It's all about money. It's a lucrative thing. Mm-hmm. And money, you know what I'm saying? Money is everything. You know what I mean? It's a business. So I get it. But it's like, as the fans who want to see real football, that is not the move. That was bullshit. The All-Star weekend was bullshit.
Just do. They should just do the Madden.
You think just a Madden tournament?
Madden tournament, man.
I could dig that.
I mean, come on now, like, I'm good on an All-Star game in the NFL, man. Like I'm good on it, man. Like, they should, by this time they have figured out a way to kind of, like, change the product a little bit, man. It should never have gotten to this. to flag football. It
But
should
you know
never
why I
happen.
got like that? Because you got guys out there that don't want to get hurt because they do it at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, like I said, is ready to go 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Everybody's ready to go on vacation. Aaron Rodgers wants to go hide in the cave for 2 weeks. Tom Brady's trying to get his family back. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's ready to just dip out, especially when the Super Bowl is so big. You don't make it to the Super Bowl. It's like, bro, why am I out here playing? I'm not playing in the Super Bowl next week. What am I out here doing, bro? I might as well just go ahead and get ready to go on vacation at this point.
Bro, it's the off season, man.
It is. It's the
Tom
off
Brady's out here taking spicy selfies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is on the prowl. You know,
Bro,
he
he singing
couldn't
that
wait.
Trina.
He couldn't wait to get off that field.
Boy, that boy singing like Trina. Single again, back on the prowl.
Bruh, run the tape back. Run the tape back of Tom Brady running off the field that last game. Oh, look at him. Look at his face.
He looked relieved. He looked, bro, because he had a rough year.
He was so good. He was so over. He was so over that football shit, man.
Bruh,
Shout out
when
to the GOAT.
When you have a year like that, bro, shit, I'd be ready to go too.
Man, he was like, look, let me hurry, go ahead and get to this. Go ahead and get to this mansion.
These pool, what you say? He ready to hit them pool parties?
Pool parties. Pool party time. Pool party time. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a thing.
With his
future.
avocado vodka, bro. We gotta try avocado vodka on here, man.
Yeah, we do.
Because Tom was lit, man. Tom looked like he was sweating. Tom looked like he was rolling.
I thought he was about to do the Ric Flair strut. Man.
Bro, he looked like it, bro. The way he threw that he threw the Lombardi trophy, bro.
Just think about that, man. The man done had the trophy so many times, he decided to just throw one. He's just like, I'm gonna just throw it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you hear his daughter back row, Dad, no.
Yeah, shout out to the GOAT, man. The first quarterback to throw a title
that we know of. I'm sure people done did some questionable stuff with them trophies, bro.
He did it on camera, drunk.
But you know the Stanley Cup, man. You know they actually drink out. The hockey players actually drink out the cup, bro.
Shout out to hockey, man. That is a savage sport, man.
Yeah, man. With my current day job, man, I met a doctor that used to be a part of the Carolina Hurricanes organization. He said that them dudes are crazy, bro. They'll have like injuries that a normal person would be like, I'm good. Bro, they'd be like, bro, pop my shoulder back in, pop my knee back in place, and let's go. Them Russians and them Canadians is crazy. They got a dentist in the locker room, bro, to put teeth back in after games, man, because they get their teeth knocked out.
Oh, so they know how to actually just put them back in.
Yeah, bro. Like they pop the teeth back in. Like if you find your tooth on the ice, pick it up, and they'll throw in some milk, and then they pop your tooth back in after the game, man. Like, well, not literally like just pop it back in, but yeah.
But yeah, that shit will it'll actually like sit back in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a little off topic, but just hey, man, just talking about day-to-day stuff.
I actually had to do that shit to myself as a kid.
Really, pop a tooth back in?
Yeah. I was so terrified, man. I fell, knocked my tooth out, and I was scared. And I was like, "Oh, nigga, I'm ugly now." You know what I'm saying? So I was like trying to shove it back in my mouth, and
pause.
Yeah, pause.
Got him! Yes! Yes, I finally got him! Yes!
Damn! Oh, that was a good one.
Pause.
Woo! Man, somewhere, Dave Dash is like, yes.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, so yeah. If your tooth get knocked back out, just go ahead and put it back in there, man. It's good, man. It might stay.
All right, man. So we're agreeing. Pro Bowl needs to go. All-Star Weekend probably could be salvaged.
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe.
But Pro Bowl Weekend definitely should just be cut. Just do a man tournament. Announce who won the Pro Bowl, who's a part of the Pro Bowl team during the award ceremony. Get about it there, man. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, it ain't worth it.
Then, especially when they're not doing it in Hawaii no more, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what happened to that? But I guess ticket sales was down, and it was too expensive to fly people over.
And why Hawaii? Why is football? Oh, wait. Is that no. Why is it? Is there like some kind of like historical thing behind that?
I don't know why they started doing. We gotta look that up. I don't know why they started having a Pro Bowl. Why they had a Pro Bowl in Hawaii? I guess it was like a kind of like a treat to go over there, have your family come over there, and you just basically just kick in Hawaii for like a week or two.
I guess. Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, man, kill that. Just kill it, man. Just a Madden tournament. That's it.
Madden tournament, and then pretty soon we'll have a 2K tournament during NBA All-Star Weekend.
Might as well.
The only thing is, All-Star Weekend, I don't know about Pro Bowl Weekend because I ain't never been to a Pro Bowl Weekend, but All-Star Weekend for its parties be lit. So I can see why, you know what I'm saying? But the All-Star game itself, throw it away.
I think it really is it's really all about the event, you know, the weekend. Yeah. It's like the Super Bowl.
It's the mystique of the event, the hype.
Yeah, except the actual Super Bowl, people actually care about Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They don't care about this.
Don't nobody care about the Pro Bowl. Because, I mean, come on now. Remember, the Pro Bowl used to be after the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, man.
It was afterwards. So, you know what I'm saying? At that point, it's like nobody was watching that. Especially if your team lost, it's like you ain't care. It's like,
and
whatever.
these dudes wasn't getting paid like that, man. So they ain't really, they ain't care about going out there, man. Like, they'll go out there and run wild, man. Get some free hits, man. I'm telling you.
So that's it. What it is, man. Get rid of the All-Star and Pro Bowl weekend. Throw them away. Never bring them back until these dudes get some competitive spirit. Yeah. All right, man. So you ready for the final round?
The final round.
The final round, man. So the final round, man, is the last topic of the show. Is the final round where we go no gloves, bare knuckle fists, just raw, uncut, up until the last 2 minutes of the show. Because we are not trying to lose monetization like some of you dum-dums.
What is about to happen right
now? Dum-dums. This is a topic that my boy has been dying to talk about, man. We are going to go bare knuckles into this. He has
elbows deep.
Fists bleeding, knuckles bleeding. We about to go into this, man. There's probably gonna be some upset people about this topic because, I mean, it's the truth, like what we're about to say. So, this is the final round. You know what I'm saying? Hit the bell. Bing, 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 bing. Have first take and undisputed become dry. Like, are these shows starting to die?
Like how dry? I mean, what are the levels of dry?
I'm talking about, the red light. No, go back to the red. Oh, baby, yes.
I don't know.
The flash is kind of throwing me off. Like, go back to the red light, man. Like, we're on a hot seat.
I'm getting
There we go. There we go. Go back to the red light for the final round. Final round.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking about drier than a chick in Arizona with no water. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about sand, spitting out sand. You know what I'm saying? That dry. Like, boring. You know what they expect every day. They try to do little antics, like Shannon fighting the Memphis Grizzly to try to get the ratings back up, or Skip saying something off the wall to piss people off, like the Mar Hamlin situation. When people, I will say this about Skip, people did take that tweet the wrong way because the way that it started.
Agreed.
But this is what I will say to Skip, and please just hear me out first, because I was one of them people until my boy was like, bro, just read the whole tweet. I was pissed at Skip because I was like, bro, like this man literally died on the field, and you're saying this game needs to be played out, this, that, and the third. He did say basically at the end, like, this man's life is more important, but this game did have a lot of playoff implications.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to chill on Skip on that one. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It was a scary situation.
But,
don't get your panties in a bunch. I get it. A lot of people don't like Skip, and they've been dying for a moment to finally get it. Like, we finally got him.
And my thing is, like, now, this is the one you want to get Skip Bayless on.
Yeah. Skip done said so much questionable stuff.
All this stuff that he done did.
Yeah.
That's been hella questionable. But this is the one you want to get Skip Bayless on. It's like, it was a reach. It was a reach. And, and also, I still got to put some on Skip. Like, Skip, Skip is so good. Skip is too good at his job. Like, he is a sports analyst. Like, he is a sports analyst. He lives and breathes as, like, it's all about sports and coming up with topics for sports situations. And he incorporated that in a tweet that he also kind of like showed his, his emotions.
Yeah.
But he put them all in the same tweet. I think maybe if he would have split that tweet in half,
it'd have been
and put the part first, and then came back with it would have been better received. People probably would have still been mad, but that's his job. And truth be told, everybody that was watching that game that watches football said the same thing in their mind, or maybe out loud.
How's this game gonna be made up?
Yeah, because just as a person whose brain is working naturally, you're gonna think to yourself like, oh so how are they gonna how is the NFL gonna deal with this? That's the natural response. Like, yeah, that don't mean that you don't feel any sympathy for this man fighting for his life. That just means that your brain works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people really gotta learn how to understand that the mind can do a lot of things at the same time.
Especially when you're emotional.
Right, especially in a time like that. Yes, at one time I can be scared for this man's life, and also, too, I can be wondering how does this play out in a sports theme. Like, but, people are so sensitive nowadays, man, and I'm just glad that dude is
he's cool.
He cool, man.
One thing I want to say, I feel like out of the two, Undisputed is way better than First Take right now. Because Undisputed, at least with Skip and Shannon, because Shannon does his research too, even though Shannon might say some stuff on the emotional tip. At least with Skip won't say some off the wall stuff, but Skip be knowing what he be talking about. Now Stephen A, on the other hand, my brother Stephen A, Stephen A throws a rock in a cave and hopes for a hit. And when I say that, it's like Stephen A just throws something out there to get everybody riled up, to get everybody talking about him in hopes that what he's saying is going to come true. The whole Dallas Cowboys spit during the football season, it's ran its course. Yeah, man. It's got to stop. I get it.
Yeah, he wearing wigs now.
Cowboy hats, the cigar, the pinky spit, the Michael Irvin, shout out to Playmaker. It's getting old, man. It's old. Molly,
it's corny.
Being protective over Stephen A. You say something about Stephen A.'s outfit, Molly comes to his defense. At this point, we all know, and I mean, we all know what's going on with them.
Funny. If you look at the history of First Take, it's gone from Stephen A. battling Skip Bayless to Stephen A. battling
everyone.
Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
And if you remember when Max Kellerman, I think those were the best years of First Take when Max was there, because they really didn't like each other.
Yeah.
So you see that on TV every morning where like Stephen A. had no respect for this dude, and to a certain extent, like Max really didn't respect him. You know what I'm saying? Because Max knew that Stephen A. was going to be political all the way through in every situation. And that's why they was always bumping heads, man. And like I think who got Max fired? T.O.
You think so?
Remember the episode where T.O. said that Max was more black than Stephen A?
Ooh, I see that one.
Oh man.
I had to load that up.
T.O. went on there and said to Stephen A.'s face that Max was more black than him.
Wow. That's deep.
And months later,
he got fired.
Max was gone.
I think, man, with the whole Molly and Jalen Rose getting a divorce, everybody, you could, if you got two eyes and got some common sense, you see what's going on with Stephen A. and Molly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's up. And I really feel like that's part of the reason why Max got fired, because Max is probably like, bro, this ain't even cool.
This ain't even cool. I gotta argue against two people.
I gotta argue against a couple. Like, and she comes to Stephen A.'s defense. Like, y'all know we talked about this before. When Stephen A. was out with COVID for like a month, Molly was not on the show. Molly was with him. And she can say Stephen A. gave his kids COVID. Yeah.
No, Stephen A. was getting that boy Jalen. I'm sorry, Jalen. You gotta hold that L, my guy.
You do with your
Stephen A.
With your $100 haircuts, man.
I'm sorry, boy. You gotta hold that L. I'm sorry. I hate to keep on harping on this, man, but you gotta hold that L, my boy. Yeah, man. Stephen A. Man, he.
Them $100 haircuts too, Jalen. Man, let that go. Woo. Not everybody's trying to pay $100 for a haircut.
Oh no, bro.
But I mean, I really feel like they're starting to get dry, man. You know what I'm saying? Shannon and Skip, the love-hate relationship about LeBron, that's starting to get real creepy. Shannon about to fight the whole Memphis Grizzlies team for LeBron. LeBron wouldn't have did the same thing for him, and then shout out to Steven Jack for saying that, because Steven Jack was like, Uncle, come on now. You know, LeBron wouldn't have did the same thing for you. So, you know what I'm saying? Man. We got to go with that. Skip and his hate for LeBron or getting paid by LeBron to draw attention, because at this point, for him to be talking about LeBron so much and hate LeBron so much, he got to be paid to do this, because it's just ridiculous, the hate and disdain that this man has for LeBron James. You know, it's crazy.
He might just really just, probably just genuinely doesn't like him though. Yeah. But I will say this though, as far as Shannon is concerned, his this love affair he has with Bron, man, his legacy is so weird, man. It's getting uncomfortable.
It is.
It's like you are way too emotionally invested in Bron, bro, at this point, when you're going to games and fighting the ops, bro.
Yeah.
Like what is going on here? Like, really? Like, it's getting weird. And for him to be a sports analyst, like, that's why I don't take him serious.
And a Hall of Famer. You're an NFL Hall of Famer.
Right.
You're in fight Ja Morant's dad, and the whole, that's crazy, bro.
Man, you about to fight a player's dad. Mm-hmm. You are on the sidelines wearing a cardigan.
By the way,
you are about to come on, dude.
By the way, that's why we wore the cardigans. If you watch episode 11, that's why we had the cardigans on. It's supposed to be a joke, but
a troll. It was a subtle troll.
It was definitely a troll. We was hot as hell with them cardigans on too. No one caught it, so haha. There it goes.
But come on, man. Look at who are the two most disrespectful people when it comes to Michael Jordan: Shannon Sharp and Nick Wright. Mm-hmm. Both of these people have ties to Bron, like on a personal level, man, and a business level with Clutch Sports with Nick Wright. Nick Wright is like, he's associated with Clutch Sports, like, so it's a campaign, man, like, and it's all like them trying to muscle into the media, sports media, and try to push their little agendas, man. It's kind of corny, man.
The crazy part is, it's like you get. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. and Skip Bayless are shock jocks. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what a shock jock is like Howard Stern. They're supposed to get on there and say something wild to get people riled up. I can't believe he said that. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like Skip does it better than Stephen A. Because Stephen A. I feel like it's really starting to run its course with Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stephen A. the way he does stuff and goes about stuff now, it's kind of corny now. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say that, because at one point, I used to look up to Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would tune in and watch, like, Stephen A. shows and stuff like that before he got on First Take. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I highly respected Stephen A. for what he does and the work he does. You know what I'm saying? He was a prominent reporter for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all don't know his background, like, he was working in Philadelphia reporting on the 76ers. You know what I'm saying? Like, him and AI are like this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, to see Stephen A. get to this point where he's on TV just doing monkey shit, or what's the phrase, man? And I ain't trying to say this to disrespect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, like, Stephen A., for me to, like, this field for me is this is what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a dream to do something like this. It's a dream to get on Stephen A.'s level. But he really be doing some cool stuff, man. Like the cowboy hats, the boots, the extra monkey shit he does every week, man.
The cigars.
Yeah, the cigars, the showing the Cowboys fans crying every episode, it's like it's getting old, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Get back to good old arguing with legit facts and stuff like that. That's what people are trying to see. The good, you know what I'm saying? The people that love sports want to get back to that point where we're actually getting hit with facts and knowledge, not somebody hooping and hollering like a Baptist preacher every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what it is. Like Kevin Hart told him that. He was like, bro, you don't even when Max is on there, you don't even let Max talk. You get on here and do a sermon every day, bro. And it's just like, it's like that every day with him. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. They ESPN has empowered him. They done paid him.
I mean, they definitely paid him.
And they're basing everything around him. He's like that guy. Him and Van Peltz or whatever.
Van Pelt.
Everything really centers around them.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It was like, I mean, and you look at the show. You look at First Take, man. A lot of them people that's on there, man, they are just on. They are lapdogs to Stephen A. And like they not trying to rock the boat at all.
The only one that will is Jay Will. Jay Will rock the boat.
Yeah.
And dude that played for Duke.
JJ Redick.
Yeah. Redick will rock the boat with him too, man. Especially with basketball.
Well, yeah. Only thing about Redick is Redick be saying stuff that I don't like, man. It don't make no sense to me. But I do like that he does challenge Stephen A all the time.
Riddick comes from a player standpoint because he's a player. He played in the league and everything. Mm-hmm. So that's why I can respect what Riddick be saying. Sometimes he do be saying some off the wall stuff. Mm-hmm. But now this whole thing with him and Mad Dog yelling at each other, it's like, bro, there's no continuity on the show anymore.
It really ain't.
It is literally him and Mad Dog yelling at each other at the top of their lungs the whole show. And Molly, okay, guys, Mad Dog, you're not allowing Stephen A to talk. This is his show. Or Stephen A, come on, we have to respect Mad Dog.
It's a sports soap opera.
It is.
It's like, who's beefing now? Who's like, oh, you know, I don't know.
And truth be told, man, I mean, they setting the scene up, man. Pretty soon, if you don't see the writing on the wall, it's pretty soon it's going to be Mad Dog and Stephen A doing this every day.
Mad Dog, man. Mad Dog is like, I don't know, he's like I don't know, evil version of
Skip Bayless.
Bro.
And Skip Bayless is evil. So if you got a problem with Skip Bayless,
Mad Dog.
Wait till Mad Dog takes over and becomes the other person, you know what I mean, the other chair on First Take on a regular basis.
Mad Dog might be the main reason I don't watch ESPN no more. Because I hate when they be talking about basketball. It'll be like a real good conversation about basketball. Then here we come with some shit. But what about Wilt Chamberlain? And you be like,
because he's old, bro.
Shut up, man.
He's
old, man. I care about no damn Wilt Chamberlain.
He's old, bro. That's all he knows. Wilt Chamberlain and Larry Bird and all that. He old, bro. Just like pretty soon, we gonna be the ones. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. We gonna be like that too pretty soon on our podcast. Little young cats is gonna be coming on. What about Michael Jordan? What about Charles Barkley? Or what about Patrick Ewing? We gonna be doing that too, bro. But
Mad Dog be coming out of nowhere with the most obscure basketball players. What about Wally Zerbiak? I'm like,
what?
No, wow.
Who?
So what about Smush Parker? Like,
what? Yeah, man. But I mean, man, I guess he'd be doing his homework and stuff like that. When you got to dig for like players, it's like who, and you got to actually look them up. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. He does his homework, but yeah.
But nah, bro. Go ahead.
Mad Dog. I feel like Mad Dog be like this close to saying some like racist, off the wall, basically shut up and dribble stuff sometimes.
What about Hornacek?
Like, yo,
like what? Dude, shut up, man.
It's getting bad, man. And I hate to say it, man. I was a big fan of First Take, man. Especially when skipping. I used to watch First Take before Stephen A got on there with Skip versus everybody else.
Yeah, well, that was
and
awesome.
If you ain't never seen the episode, man, when Jalen Rose, who was it? Jalen Rose and somebody else that played basketball. Basically told Skip Bayless that he didn't have the qualifications to talk about basketball, man. Yeah. And that was on Friday. Monday morning, Skip Bayless still had tears in his eyes. And Jalen Rose sat there to apologize. My bad, man. I'm sorry. Bro, Jalen Rose is taking so many L's for ESPN. He's apologized so many times, bro. Like, Jay, why they be doing you like that, man? They be making
and they
you
don't never, and like, you know, I'm glad he still got his job, man. But he apologizes so much, man, but he ain't going nowhere. They just keep giving him more shows. Like,
oh, bro, like Jay gotta be messing with somebody, one of the hires.
Yeah,
Jay, all he gotta do is apologize and it's all good. Anybody else would have lost their job.
Man,
but
he
Jay
apologized before the show was over with.
Bro, the whole Ime Doku situation when he said why wasn't a woman involved exposed, and they broke into commercial and made that man apologize for that one.
He like, whoa.
Hey, they was like, oh wait, no, we can't wait till they come out of commercial, bro. They broke into commercial and lost money. Lost money to make that man apologize, bro. Zoomed in on him. He had they just chewed me out in my face. So, you know what I'm saying? Thank God we don't got earpieces for like to chew us out, man. We probably be getting chewed, like, oh, you can't say that. Demonetization. Stuff like that. Demonetization.
Yeah, man, that's an L, man. L's.
So what you think, man? Should we do away with First Take and Undisputed? Or should one stay and the other one go? And
no, keep both of them. I just think they just need to revamp First Take, man. Just make I mean, at this point, man, you know, Stephen A is he up there in age, man, so he might as well just be the new Skip Bayless and get somebody younger, you know what I'm saying, and a little sharper like it was at the beginning, and had them, you know, go back to a two-man debate team. Maybe Jay will, maybe. He ain't. I mean, they about the same age, maybe, or closer.
Well, man, I mean, at this point, it's always somebody Caucasian, so it'll probably have to be like, what's his name, Riddick or somebody. They'll have to bring up like somebody white, up and coming white boy from ESPN to go against Stephen A. Man.
Every day.
Yeah.
I can see Skip. I can see Stephen A. and Riddick doing First Take two-man thing.
I just would skip and Shannon, man. I mean, the whole antics of the whole LeBron thing, let's let that go. I mean, I get it. Some people are paying to watch that. There's money involved. But it's like, let's let it go. It's like, it ran its course. We get it. Skip don't like LeBron, and Shannon loves the ground that LeBron walks on. We get it.
But then he'll say stuff like, well, I'm a serious sports analyst. How are you a serious sports analyst when you are showing such favoritism? And some of his takes when it comes to Michael Jordan, basketball and just basketball in general just be so insane. Like, there is no fact behind anything you're saying. You know, and I think that's why you don't see Chris Broussard on there no more. You ever notice that? Remember, he used to be on there all the time.
Because Chris Broussard is a actual true basketball analyst. Man. So Chris Broussard is going to come with facts, knowledge, and everything, and proof about everything he's saying. So for like shows like First Take and stuff like that, knowledge doesn't work for those shows. Facts doesn't work for the shows. It's opinion.
And takes.
And hot takes. That's why you're not going to see the top guys like Van Pelton and all the other top guys from ESPN on there, because they actually study and do homework and have facts about stuff. They're not doing hot takes. Because why? They're not going to risk their career for a hot take.
Right. Because they're like real journalists.
Yeah, they're real journalists. You know what I'm saying? And Stephen A. at one point was a real journalist, and he'll swear up and down he still is. But Stephen A.'s whole First Take career has been nothing but hot takes.
But you don't think he's a journalist?
I mean, he is. I mean, that's what he came in as. But I mean, at this point, it's like when you're doing hot takes every day.
But don't you think that makes it that's an advantage for him?
Because
he's a personality that does hot takes, but he still has that journalism side that he can always tap into.
I mean, not real. I mean, yes and no, because one, it's like as a journalist, you try to stay away from making hot takes. You know what I'm saying? Because your credibility goes down the drain. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say this, he might not. I mean, right now he's the top dog at ESPN, so they're gonna ride his coattails. They're gonna ride First Take until First Take can't ride no more. So I get that. So you know what I'm saying? They put all this money behind him. He's probably got the longest show on ESPN right now because everybody else got like an hour and a half. Stephen A's on it for what, 3 hours now?
You can't talk basketball without talking about Stephen A.
Oh, I mean,
Stephen A is basketball.
Right. That's why he's on NBA Live now.
I'm telling you, he is.
But I respect what Stephen A says about basketball versus what he says about football because his hot takes on football, it's opinion. But his hot takes on basketball are true. The only thing I don't ride with Stephen A with is his hot takes on Kyrie. Now that his feelings towards Kyrie is almost like Skip with LeBron.
No, it's personal.
It's definitely personal because Kyrie has probably told Stephen A, F you in so many different ways, bruh. And I guess, that kind of hurts, Stephen A, because Stephen A, I guess, at one point was riding for Kyrie. But now it's like you go on there, it's like any chance that he gets to take a dig at Kyrie.
Somebody asked him, Stephen A, he admitted, he's like, it's personal.
I'm sure it is.
He's like, it's personal, and he like, and Kyrie knows why. And he just left it at that. So, it's personal. And I get it. Hey, he has that right, man. If he has a personal issue with this dude, hey, if he wants to go ahead and take shots at him whenever he can, it makes sense to me.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
It is funny.
It's funny.
Some of the hot takes do be too a little. Be like, all right, Stephen A.
Come on now, bro. We know. Come on, we know. We get it. You don't like him. We get it, bro. It's like, there's no. I don't know, man. It's weird, man. How these morning shows have gotten, man.
It is. It's no continuity or no. You know what I mean? You even like the shows that come on, like, what is it? With Greeny and them. At one point they had mixed First Take and Wake Up or whatever it's called together, and it was like that was kind of weird, and that lasted real short because you had Stephen A and Michael Greeny sitting at the table together. Greeny is a journalist, and then you got Stephen A over there hooping and hollering like Sunday morning at a Baptist church. It's like, come on, it didn't work. That ended real quick.
I like Rob Parker and Chris Broussard, The Odd Couple. That's a good show. Yeah, that's a good show right there. I like them.
I like the show with
they're real journalists, man. So
I like the show with what's her name? Joy Taylor, Shady.
What's that?
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself. Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I like that one.
That's pretty good. I like that one too.
I hate to admit it. Even though I think he's bat-ish crazy and old, I like Coward Colin.
Yeah, I like
Colin Coward, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's pretty good too.
He's decent. You know what I'm saying?
He's decent too.
I don't like how he be talking about my Steelers and how he talking about Ben Roethlisberger is basically a lazy piece of fat shit. But
he talks even crazier about Aaron Rodgers though.
Because Aaron Rodgers probably hurt his feelings, and that's a lot of like
Russell Westbrook. He do. He don't like him.
Because like with the beef with Kyrie and Stephen A, a lot of this stuff with these guys is almost like, well, I'm saying this on my show, but I really don't mean it at heart of hearts. I'm just doing this for the ratings. You have to understand that. And these basketball players and the athletes is like, no, bro, you sat there and had a whole segment about me, and you basically said called me everything but a child of God. So of course I'm not gonna be cool with you, and I'm not gonna like shake your hand and dap you up or act like everything's cool when I see you in person. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of try to watch what I say on the show, because it's like, we don't know where the show's going to take us. I mean, we shoot for the top, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? We want to have high-profile guests on here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, as people trying to get in this, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we are going to have opinions about situations and people that other people may not agree with, and athletes may not feel. But at the same time, man, it ain't like we doing this for ratings. It's just, this is a raw and uncut podcast. We just keep it real on here. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different from the First Takes and all that, because them is high quality journalists. We just two dudes that like sports that just like talking shit.
Yeah, which is cool. I don't know, man. You know what I don't like though? I don't like this wave of athletes becoming podcasters. but they all only thing they do is just say outlandish stuff
about each other.
And it's like that's supposed to be content, like that right there. I think podcasting is giving a lot of athletes courage to go out and like just be chatty.
Because you know why? They do that now. It's like it's their time to be the ones giving the news and doing stuff like that and doing their version of what they, you know what I mean, what people are saying about them. They can, you know what I mean, they can change the narrative on their podcast. Now, I will say the one podcast that I do respect that comes on and they keep it real and do some great work and, you know, some great continuity work, The Pivot with Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and Channing. Like, I respect that podcast. I'm an athlete. That's a new one. There's a lot of emotions on that one. You got Brandon Marshall. Man. You got Pac-Man Jones. You got Shady on there. Them were some emotional guys on there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of, like, butthurt feelings towards certain people and other players and stuff like that. So, especially Pac-Man Jones. And Shady with his hot takes on Eric Bieniemy. So, shit, I think really...
Shady, man.
Shady's probably the reason why Eric Bieniemy, whatever, is probably not a head coach right now because him saying he's mean and he don't know what he's doing.
Man, that's crazy, man. He I don't know, man. That's crazy. You know, this man trying to get a job, man. And you say that on TV. That was quite. I think that made everybody look at him crazy.
Oh, Shady or
made everybody look at Shady.
Oh, bro, he just showed that. You know what I'm saying? What is it? We used to say he's a tender.
Because he wasn't even a starter.
Shady was a starter.
Wasn't he?
Not in hell no. He rode and got that ring. Shady, I don't even think Shady got dressed in that Super Bowl.
He was like a third or fourth string. Like, so come on now, like
Shady got 2 rings sitting on the bench. He got 1 in Tampa Bay, and he got 1 in Kansas City.
Child Shady.
Boy, if participation trophy isn't a phrase when you talk about them rings, boy, I don't know what that is.
Shady, he taking no participation trophies and he running with them. Man.
Him and Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon admitted he's like, bro, I ain't do shit to get this ring.
Shout out to Shady. He said, I got rings, buddy.
You ain't get no rings in Philadelphia, and that's when your career was prominent. But you know who am I?
You know, stuff happens.
So what, man? I think we did enough, man. Ready to wrap this thing up, man?
Yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and get up out of here, then.
You got any shout outs this week?
I want to give shout out to everybody that's booking the tattoos and all that, hitting me up and all that stuff, trying to buy stuff and spend money and stuff. Rose God out.
Oh man, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that supports the Fourth and Peachtree podcast. Big shout out to Eben Vision. Big shout out to our producer Big Lack, man, for riding with us. We riding with him. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Despite all the rumors and all this other stuff that's being said that we leaving Eben Vision and all this other stupid stuff. We are not leaving Eben Vision. We are here to stay. So y'all can stop all that. Stop all them rumors, man. Because if it ain't came from my mouth or the Rose God mouth, it ain't true. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop the little catty children bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We on the grown man shit over here. We don't do that catty shit, and we don't do bad business like that. So let's just call a spade a spade. Like I said, shout out to everybody that shares the podcast. Shout out to everybody viewing it. Them numbers are starting to go up. So, yeah, I mean, truly appreciate that. Any feedback that y'all want to give the podcast, man, truly inbox us. Let us know, you know what I'm saying, thoughts and feelings, things that you want to see on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? We are open. Sometime in the near future, you know what I'm saying, we will have a female guest host come on, you know what I'm saying? We'll talk more about that later, you know what I'm saying? Just to get some more femininity on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? She got a dope background. We'll talk more about her in the near future, you know what I'm saying? We just got to, you know, cross some T's and dot some I's, and she'll be on from here and there. She's a busy woman, so.
Shout out to Pat Bev right now.
Yeah.
The Bulls are snapping on the Nets right now. They up like 30 points right now.
Okay. We're going to have, instead of me and Rosie doing the food reviews, man, we got a up-and-coming young lady that's going to be doing our food reviews. She actually goes to restaurants and all that other stuff. She'll be doing the food reviews and pulling up and talk about these restaurants, you know what I'm saying? Because this is what she does, you know what I'm saying? We're going to give her a shot and see how she does. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll do a vote. Like, if y'all like her, we'll let her rock out. If y'all don't, then no hard feelings. But,
No hard feelings.
But, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to take this podcast to the next level. That's all this is about. It's all about growth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. If y'all been rocking with me since the Brilliant Game, Michael Knight days, man, it's all about growth. It ain't about being stagnant, sticking around and staying in one place, man. It's all about getting to that next level. So what's the next level from here? Getting them 100K, million views and stuff like that. Taking this podcast to the next level. Taking Eben Vision to the next level. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thought process, you know what I mean? For me personally. You know what I'm saying? So follow the social media, 4th and Peachtree, number 4 TH and Peachtree on Instagram, Twitter, 4th and Peachtree on on Facebook, excuse me. You can follow me at Romey Rome, ROMEY ROME, the number 4 EVA forever. Cause I'ma always be Romey Rome. Don't get it twisted. Face ass. With your stupid ass, boy.
And you can follow me on Instagram at ROSEY _ Sama SAMA Rose God.
And then follow Eben Vision, man. EBONVISION, I think. Yeah, that's what yeah, okay. Cool beans.
Shit, that's like niggas words to spell.
Spelling is hard. Especially when you're not looking at your notes and doing that.
Correction, the Bulls are up by 50. Yeah.
Golly. But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here, man. This is probably a shorter podcast than normal.
Really?
I don't know. It seemed kind of short, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hell nah.
No. Did we go over?
Yeah,
Really? It didn't feel like it.
Bro, man, crazy over.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, he's super crazy.
Damn. All right. We're gonna get better with that too, man. Saying in our
2000s.
Yeah.
Stupid fruity over. You remember them days?
Yeah, stupid fruity sweats. You can call it Argentina. Run up on Rome. No, I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, man, this is episode 13, season 2 of the 4th and Peachtree podcast. It's a pleasure coming through your TVs, phones, iPads, whatever you're watching us on, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. As always, share, like, and share with your friends.
And comment.
God,
damn.
If you got some feedback, like I said, please let us know. Let it come from a good place. Because if it's not and you trying to be funny, I'm going to roast your ass.
Or a bad place, you know. Cool.
Or if it's coming from a bad place, you know what? Like, hey, bro, y'all need to stop doing this. Like, then cool. I'll take that. But if you trying to be on some slick shit, I'm on your heels, boy.
We ain't tender.
Sorry, no, we ain't going to be like
it.
We can take it. We ain't going to be, oh, my God. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah. It's the 4th and Peachtree podcast with your boy, Romey Rome.
And the Rose God.
We out this thing. Deuces.